Good morning. Today I'll discuss the accounting for partnership basic concepts. In class 11, you have studied only the accounts of sole trade business. Now in class 12, you have to study the accounting for partnership. So first, you have to know what is partnership. Actually, in 1932, Indian Partnership Act has been passed, and under this act, Section 4 defines partnership as the relationship between partners who have agreed to share the profits of a business carried on by all or any of them acting for them. It means obviously partnership is a relationship between partners, and second thing, they agreed to share the profit of a business, obviously to earn a profit. Motive is to earn profit. Persons who have entered in partnership with one another are individually called partners, but collectively it is called firm. So partnership firm is as a whole all the partners, and individually each and every person member are called partners. Now some basic features of partnership firm which you would know to treatment of partnership firm. First thing, in a partnership firm, minimum persons or minimum members are two. As per Companies Act, it is mentioned that maximum might be 100, but as per company's rule, it is stated that it will be maximum 50 persons. Second thing, an important point, in case of partnership firm, there should be an agreement between partners. That agreement is called deed or partnership deed or partnership agreement. It might be written or oral. In case of written, it might be registered. Otherwise, it might be that agreement should be mutual consent, taking based on mutual consent, and that agreement should be written or might be oral. Next point is, obviously partnership firm should be involved in business. It means it will be continuity, it should have continuity, profit motive will be there, and so on. Mutual agency. Partnership firm is a mutual agency. It means any decision must be taken with the consent of all the partners. Every partner is entitled to participate in the conduct of affairs of business. What is going on, they should know, and any relation, anything, any decision should be taken with the permission or the consent of all the members. There exists a relationship of mutual agency between all the partners. Now, some features which are related to accounting, like sharing of profit. When partners start a business, obviously it is a business, so profit should be shared. If there is no profit, then it not be profit, it not be business, and that will not be called partner. So for a charitable activity, partnership firm cannot be run. Liability of partners. All the partners' liability, unlike companies, all the partners' liability will be unlimited. But in case of limited liability partnership act 2008, there is an exception. In case of limited partnership firm, all the partners' liability will be limited, and that will be perpetual succession. That is different. That is not partnership which we are concerned here. We are explaining the Partnership Act 1932 and this new act, Partnership 2008 Act, that is called Limited Liability Partnership Act, that is completely different from Partnership Act 1932. Okay. In class 11, you have studied all the accounts of sole trade business. What is the basic difference between sole trade business and partnership firm? Basically, there is no difference between these two in regular accounts. In all cases, in case of partnership firm, in case of sole trade business, in case of company, in case of cooperative business, in all cases, for recording transaction, you have to do journal. Then you have to post it in ledger. Then at the end of the year, you have to prepare trial balance and obviously final account also. When you are preparing final account, first you have to prepare trading account in all cases. Then you have to prepare PL appropriation account, PL account in all cases. But in case of sole trade business, there is only one owner. There is no question of question of difference or segregate this profit among the partners, because all the total profit is received by the owner, sole trade owner. But in case of partnership firm, already I told there is an agreement for sharing a profit. So it is an important part of partnership firm to distribute this profit as per the partnership deed. That's why after preparing PL account, which is the result, that is net profit, we have to net profit to transfer to PL appropriation account, and you have to distribute this profit among the partners as per the provision. What is partnership deed? Now we will explain about the partnership deed in details, because we need this partnership deed for starting accounts. Partnership Act does not require that the agreement must be in writing, what I told that time also. But whatever it is in writing, the document which contains terms of the agreement is called partnership deed. It generally contains the details about all the aspects affecting the relationship between the partners. It includes some part which is not related to accounting, some parts which are related to accounting. But it deals with the relationship among the partners. Some basic contents of partnership deed: names and addresses of the firm and its main business, address of and name of the main business. Then names and addresses of all the partners names and addresses are written there. The date of commencement of partnership, when the business has been started or when it will be started. The rights, duties and liabilities of each partner, each and every partners, what are their rights separately, what are their duties, what liabilities they have to bear, all things will be written there. Some more contents of partnership deed which are related to accounting or which you need in accounts. Amount of capital to be contributed by each partner, that is also mentioned in partnership deed. Next, the accounting period of time firm. It means whether it will be started from 1st April to 31st March or it will be from 1st January to 31st December, etc., etc. So that also will be mentioned there. Rules regarding operation of bank account, which bank account will be opened, which type of bank account will be opened, etc., etc. Then profit and loss sharing ratio, in which ratio profit and loss, that is net profit, will be distributed. Next, ratio of interest on capital, loans, drawings, etc. That is not mandatory that interest on capital is to be given or distributed to partners, but if they mutually agreed, then a particular rate of interest is to be mentioned, will be mentioned there, and loan, interest on loan, drawings, etc. is to be mentioned there. Because all these points which I explained in last page also, all these are based on mutual consent of the partners. If they are agreed, all the parties are agreed on that particular point, then that will be written and that deed will be prepared. Salaries, commission, etc. if payable to any partner, if partners are entitled to receive salaries, commission, etc. as per the deed, then that also will be written there. Treatment of loss arising out of insolvency or one or more partners. Suppose in a partnership firm, a partner became insolvent. So what will be the treatment of, what will be the action of other partners in this case, how other partners will make up this loss. Statement of accounts on dissolution of firm. Suppose a firm is dissolved, then how to settle the accounts, that also will be written in partnership deed. So all the points, again I am saying same thing. In all the points which are related, which are written in partnership deed, all are based on mutual consent or mutual agreement. So if anybody is not agreed, then that will not be that will not be called partnership deed, because after writing a partnership, every partner will sign there. Thank you for watching.